The structure of this market is a trend range. We have bearish move down, we have bullish move up, and bearish move down again. Pretty much no strong uptrend or downtrend. We're just swinging up and down through the EMA. So I'm sticking mainly to the shortened channels, but it's looking very all over the place. Right now we're exactly in the middle of trend range. I have a shortened downtrend, which had a break and a new extreme. I'm following the trend line rule. I'm looking for shortened channels, but right now we're exactly in the middle of trend range, and this is clear indecision. So I'm going to be waiting for stock market to open within 5 minutes. All right, traders, I'm about to enter a second entry long, but you guys can see I was way too late. It is 1 minute after market open. I'm going to cancel the order because we had an uptrend working hard. The uptrend right now got confirmed right here on this first entry long, and we had new high formed, first entry long, pullback, second entry long at the exponential moving average. This is a 2-leg pullback, first leg down, pullback, second leg down. It is at the key entry point. It is with the direction of overall trend. Trend was up. Downtrend played out with the break and new low. Nice big bullish bar indicating bullish momentum, but I was way too slow. I didn't expect for this setup to happen so quickly. I would still probably put my limit order a little bit further back down, so I would not have managed to catch it, but this is a shame. This is a textbook 2-leg pullback here. So after we had a break, new extreme, prices pulled back to the exponential moving average, but the exponential moving average held, and the first entry long confirmed a spike and a channel pattern. So right now I'm watching this spike and a channel pattern. We may have potentially like a little bit wider pattern in general, but I expect for prices to reach this top of a trend range. You guys can see we're already working hard. In fact, since we are getting overshoot, I'm most likely going to look for something a little bit steeper like this, because generally when spike and a channel gets overshoot, this something like this. So this is the channel I'm going to be focusing on. We're at the highest of the trend range, but we have definitely more of a bullish bias. But right now we have to be careful because we can have a failed breakout and we can correct at least a little bit. Right now we have a bullish trend working higher, but notice we just broke above the main key level, and since we are in a trend range structure, I expect for this breakout to pull back, to fail at least temporarily. We can keep pushing higher, but I expect for prices to pull back at least to test this breakout area, and from that point on we will see if this breakout area will hold or if it will not, because these important key levels may come into play later on. Alright, prices are testing the breakout area key levels, and you guys can see that the prices will a lot of time just come back, test it, and then we will decide what the prices are going to do next. Now, if this is going to hold, I'm not going to buy just yet, because we have a downtrend working lower and I want to see strong push above EMA if I want to go long. However, this looks like a visual 1 leg up, 1 leg, pull back, second leg up. So there's a high chance we may pull back into the trend range. So I'm still just following the price action. Right now we have a short-term downtrend in play, and we will see if we push below or if we push above the EMA. I'm not going to buy blindly just yet. All right, traders, so the downtrend created the break. New low, we had first leg down, correction, second leg down. So the downtrend played out, we pushed back above EMA, but right now we are still going sideways. It is pretty much indecision. So even though we have this option working higher, I'm not particularly looking to go long. If anything, I might be interested in selling. I'm resuming the video. I still haven't taken a single trade. We can see that each new high is lower than the previous one, and we are slowly but surely pushing back into this trend range. We had new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure, but it was too congested. EMA was completely flat, stacked area, so no clean entry right here for me to take. So the new high for this initial uptrend was finally reached. We had a break of the channel, correction phase, new high was formed. Our overall, still no good high probability setup. You guys can see just flat EMA, up and down swings without any consistent lows or consistent highs. So very difficult to identify a trend. At this point on, new high has been reached. So for that reason, I'm not really looking to go long just yet. We may pull back into this trend range because it's just a small trend range at the top of this bigger one. But you can see that you need to be patient throughout these areas. Only one high probability setup was this second entry long early on. Other than that, just bunch of choppy movements, flat EMA all over the place. Bullish bias keeps continuing, so I'm adapting to the structure. I found a larger spike and a channel pattern. Just give me an idea what the bias is, where the key level may be. But right now, we're just pushing higher, sitting here waiting for some decent pullback. We may be way too overextended for a second entry long. There's going to be a time for correction. But at this point on, definitely prices finally broke higher, and we have a decent bullish uptrend. All right, traders, we have new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long. But right now we had quite a massive bullish spike to the other side of the channel, which will indicate a stronger correction. And for that reason, I'm not taking this second entry long, even though it is off the key entry point. You can see that every single time you have a massive spike like this, you can get a little bit longer correction. And for that reason, I'm staying away from this second entry long because this was quite a massive spike to the upside, very close to top channel. we're correcting and we may eventually have a deeper correction, the second leg to new extreme. The bearish correction played out. Now we have strong push above EMA, and since the overall bias still remains bullish, with such a push above EMA, I'm expecting to get a high probability setup felt second entry short. We would have a second entry short above exponential moving average, and in bullish bias, I would expect this second entry short to fail, so we will see if this big bullish spike will produce a failed second entry short high probability setup. Other than that, we just corrected, and right now the correction played out and we're pushing above EMA, confirming the overall bullish momentum. Alright traders, we have a failed second entry short, but notice short-term option has a break new high. We have triple top of this short-term correction of this trend range, so I'm respecting the bearish correction right now and I'm not taking this failed second entry short. Triple top, uptrend played out with a break new high. We basically pushed already way too much high up. You will want to catch the failed second entry short while the push up is still continuing, but right now we can see we are going sideways. Alright traders, I'm resuming the video as I'm going to take a failed second entry short, new low, first entry short pullback, second entry short failure, confirming the main key entry point, strong push above EMA, second entry short failure, we push strongly above EMA, big bullish bar. Waiting for prices to pull back to hit my limit order. The bar is quite big. My stop loss has to go even one tick below this bar right here. We missed the setup, so unfortunately nothing I can do. Never came back with the limit. But this was a confirmation of the main channel. I adjusted the main channel. You guys can see this is the main uptrend for the day. It got confirmed here. This high low confirmed it as well. This was already tempting setup, but it was quite below EMA. But after we pushed strongly above EMA and it failed second entry short, because new low, first entry short pullback, second entry short, it failed, big bullish bar. That's a shame. That this trade was worth waiting the entire time. So I just missed two trades, this trade right here and the first second entry long. Unfortunately, that sometimes happens. We'll see if we can get one more setup. It's getting quite late. Alright traders, I'm about to resume a video as I'm going to take a second entry long, new high, micro double top, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, off the exponential moving average, big bullish bar. We got filled, so I'm going to move my stop loss one tick below the signal bar. I'm going to go for 8 tick target profit. I'm going to keep my runner at these highs. The EMA keeps holding prices. At this point on, this is pretty strong uptrend. We had micro double top, which sets the count, and I have first entry long, pullback, second entry long. First leg down, pullback, second leg down. So this is a two-legged pullback at the exponential moving average in a strong bullish uptrend. Decent bullish bar. Let's see if we can get the scalp here. So this is our first trade for the day. Let's see here. At this point, an uptrend is pretty much so strong that I have to buy any decent two-legged pullback. So I decided to take a chance here on the second entry long here. Come on. Couple more ticks. Second entry long, key entry points is holding. EMA keeps rejecting prices every single time.
Target filled.
And we pushed through and we got filled. So I'm going to move my stop loss at the break even because it is just a bonus, the runner contract. Our main portion was filled. We are very close to this potential trend channel line, so I'm going to actually not be greedy and I'm going to tighten my runner fairly quickly if we can manage to get a decent runner here. But I'm not going to hold it too much because we're quite close to this trend channel line. This was my first trade, only trade for the day after a long time of waiting. I took a break here around this area right here. But this is a two-legged pullback, decent bullish bar to exponential moving average. At this point on, uptrend is quite strong, very strong bullish trend. So two-legged pullback, second entry long, and the downtrend played out with the break attempt. And our runner just got stopped. So it was just good enough for a scalp, but at least one decent setup here. Alright traders, so I managed to get my one trade for the day. You guys can see I haven't taken anything throughout the entire day, just this one second entry long, because it was very difficult to find a good setup today. There were only a handful of high probability setups. We had a first two-legged pullback, second entry long at the key entry point, nice big bullish bar, Then we consolidated a lot of price swings up and out through the EMA. We had a nice high low after second entry long, but notice it didn't get triggered right after high low. You would have to wait and enter above the inside bar, which makes this entry a little bit more aggressive. Then we have another high low here, confirming the failed second entry short, pushed above EMA. At this point, an uptrend got confirmed, but notice the signal bar, quite a stim at the top. So once again, a little bit more aggressive. We had quite a decent lower high, which I consider advanced entry, trapping everybody going long on a double trap. But other than that, you would have to really be patient and just ride these corrections out. And then of course, trade for the day, failed second entry short, which was the best setup for the day, but it didn't get filled. And other than that, no really good high probability setup. Then we had a failed second entry short, which is not bad, but notice it haven't even closed fully at the exponential moving average. A lot of times you can get trapped just a little bit or for second entry long to form, and the last second entry long. Not every single day you're going to get the price action you want. Sometimes you miss an entry, sometimes you look away, and you just have to wait for good proper setup. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.